Contrary to popular belief, West Virginia actually has one amusement park, and that is called Camden Park. It is in Huntington, West Virginia. It is home to 4 roller coasters. It is a small park and is really one of those old school places that you don't see too often. This is really a park that almost kind of feels like a step back in time. So many of the things that they do are very old school. And as a result, the park has a very relaxed feel. Like, they don't have so many of the rules in place that many of the larger amusement parks have. Like, for instance, they don't care if you film or photograph on the rides. You can pretty much do whatever you want. The Big Dipper, their largest roller coaster, is still manually operated. And the restraint system is very minimal, so you get some crazy ejector airtime, like Jackrabbit or Phoenix style, on that second drop. You aren't going to find any safety spiels or anything. It's just a very lenient park. Their haunted house, there is an operator that has to stop you, like manually. Like, he holds out his hands and just kind of takes the force of the car so it comes to a stop. Just to give you an idea of what this place is like, it is very different. There are some points in this park where you could probably reach out and touch the track for the Big Dipper roller coaster. So I think when you factor in all of that, it's just kind of interesting seeing how this park is run. If you've been to Stricker's Grove in Ohio, this kind of felt like a sort of version of that. And they have a lot of similarities. Like, they also have some flyers here. I thought personally that the flyer cycle was too short, so I wasn't huge on that. But they also have a log flume. We got a chance to do that, and believe it or not, the first smaller drop is gonna get you more wet than the second larger drop, which I thought was interesting. But because it's a small park, it is also pretty cheap. When we actually went for the sunset admission, where it cost, ready for this, $9. That is for after 5 o'clock, and so we just showed up. We were there for maybe an hour, hour and a half, no more than 2. But normally admission is going to cost you about $20. So really cheap. Just home to a couple of rides, Big Dipper, Little Dipper. You have Slingshot is their latest roller coaster, is one of those SBF spinning coasters. And then they have Haunted House, which is technically a credit. Kind of feels like a Wild Mouse if it were actually a haunted house. So it's a wild mouse in a house. Try saying that 5 times fast. So if you get a chance to come here, don't plan on spending too much time here because it's pretty easy to get everything done and then be on your merry way. I think if you wanted to do every single ride in this park, then that would be enough to warrant spending a few hours here. Or if you just really like marathoning Big Dipper, which again, it has that one really good ejector airtime moment. So, you know, I could see why you'd want to ride that a couple times. So I think that this park is pretty cool. It's just kind of interesting seeing something like this that is locally run. You probably wouldn't even know the park existed until you get there. You can't see it from anywhere. But it's still a pretty decent place. Now, I didn't get a chance to try out everything in this park. Like, I know that they have, like, some food stands. They didn't even look open when I was there, so I didn't even end up having any food. But the good news is that this park is located in a pretty decent-sized city, so they have lots of, like, fast food restaurants that you can easily get food outside of the park. But if you're asking yourself whether it's worth visiting Camden Park, here's what I have to say. The only reason we stopped to visit this park was because we are going from Kings Dominion to Kings Island. You actually pass by this park on the interstate when you're going from Virginia to Ohio. So, if you are one of those people located in southern Ohio or Virginia going to the other location, then this might be a good pit stop. But I don't think you need to go out of your way to visit this park. Literally, the only reason we went was because it was on our way. So in my opinion, that's kind of my thoughts on Camden Park. Like, it's cool. If you get a chance to visit, neat, good way to kill a few hours. Big Dipper has that one crazy ejector airtime moment that made the whole thing worth it for me. And at the end of the day, it's 4 new credits. So it's not a half bad little place. Nothing to shout at, really. But I want to hear from you guys if you have been to Camden Park in West Virginia. Let me know if you agree with my thoughts, if you think that I summed up this place pretty well, or if I missed anything. You can post all those thoughts in the comment section below. And of course, stay tuned for more park reviews coming soon to Coaster Studios.